Now you know the basic way to edit a photo, to save it, to export it. So you should be able to take a lot of your photos that you're taking, make them look better, fix things like exposure and white balance, and save them and share them with the world. But I want to continue to teach you some of the awesome features that Adobe Lightroom CC has to offer. So I'm going to go through some of these other editing options now that we haven't gone through. In this lesson, I'm talking about lens corrections. It's a really quick technique or trick that will, quote unquote, correct the way that your lens sees. So there's two options, and if you select a photo, you'll see that none of these are checked initially. So you have two options: remove chromatic aberration and enable profile corrections. Chromatic aberration is a color sort of distortion that may happen, and you may see along the edges of things in your photo, like purple lines or red or green lines or some just sort of color distortion. So if you see that in an image, you can check that on and it will try to remove it. There's not really any showing up in my photos right now, but I just wanted to make that note. Enable profile corrections, though, this will definitely change something. Watch what happens when I check this. See how this image, this wide shot, gets a little bit, well, to me, it looks warped. It unbends, and then the vignette around the edge becomes a lot lighter. And that's basically what this profile corrections does. If there's a vignetting that naturally comes from your lens, it will try to remove that so that there's no actual vignette and it looks more natural, as if you were just there in the moment looking at this scene. You'll notice that it has the lens profile from the camera and lens we were using. This was Sam with his Sony, his 16-35. If this doesn't show up, if you're using an older camera that doesn't include the metadata that's for the lens being used, you can go through and choose the specific lens. It has pretty much any lens that you're using, and depending on which lens you choose, it will try to fix it. But you want to make sure that you're using the same lens that you're actually using. You can also go forward and do some manual adjustments down here to fix the distortion or the vignetting even more. So if I do this distortion, you can kind of see what's happening. It's kind of stretching it. It's flattening it out. It looks like it's stretching it, but it's actually flattening out the image. And then same with the vignetting. It's going to keep the vignette, the natural vignette, or it's going to remove it. So that could be kind of a stylistic thing. I'll just show you one more image. This is the macro photo. So here, if we check on enable profile corrections, you can see it's very subtle, but it basically flattens out the image. No one's really going to notice unless you're using a very wide lens, like a fisheye lens. It will be more pronounced. If you just click the manual button up at the top, you can adjust things like the distortion, and this is kind of extreme. You can get kind of cool effects if you want. If you check on the constrained crop, when you do that, it will increase the size of your photo so it doesn't have those white edges on the sides when you are doing a distortion adjustment. Then you have the defringe, which is what is happening with the chromatic aberration. You have this fringing on the edges of things, and you can kind of see it in this image. There's this green sort of edge to this petal right here. So if we take our eyedropper and we go to the edge, pick a fringe color, which is this green, and then we do the before and after, it's so subtle. It's so hard for you to see, but I can actually see it with it. Before, you see the green, after, without the green. So that can help slightly, and you can adjust the hues and the amount that you're selecting. It has the purple or the magenta amount and then the green amount. That's basically the colors you get from chromatic aberration, and you could increase sort of the amount of colors you're trying to defringe. Now if I do that, you can see the edges become sort of like highlighted, like glowing. So I don't want that necessarily. So I'm going to undo that, go back to where it was. So that can help fix the colors on the edge. And yeah, that's pretty much all you have to know about the lens corrections profile. If you have any questions, let me know, but play around with it. These are, again, things that are a more advanced level, but it's something that you might be interested in if you're getting very particular with your photos. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you in another lesson.